What if your camper could just drive into a lake? Meet the Z Triton. It's not just an RV. It's a camper, a boat, and a bike, all rolled into one electric machine. Built for 2 people, it gives you a cozy little home that can roll off the road and glide straight into the water. No trailer, no boat ramp drama, just wheels turning into waves. Imagine parking by a lake, then paddling out to hunt for hidden treasure on a tiny island. Or floating quietly at sunset, with nothing but water around you. That's the kind of adventure this thing is built for. But it's not all about vacations. On a regular day, it works as a cargo bike, perfect for commuting or grabbing groceries. And when a river or canal blocks your path, it just crosses it. The Z Triton isn't chasing trends. It's rewriting how we explore, one land to water crossing at a time. If this blew your mind, hit subscribe. There's more like this coming. That's not a vehicle. That's freedom on wheels and water. Imagine a boat that turns like a go-kart, hits 40 knots, and makes almost no noise. Meet the Wokart. The Wokart isn't your average watercraft. It's a wild mashup. The stability of a catamaran, the speed of a sports boat, and the sharp handling of a go-kart. All in one machine. Designed by Dr. Albert Nazarov, the Wokart uses a clever asymmetric catamaran shape that lets it whip into tight 90-degree turns without losing control. The engine sits right in the middle of the boat, which gives you way better balance and handling than a typical setup. You steer it like a car, foot throttle, adjustable seat, real vehicle-style control. And with a 70 horsepower outboard motor, it can hit speeds up to 40 knots. Even in choppy water, the sturdy curved hull keeps things smooth and safe. Plus, it's quieter and cleaner than a jet ski, so you can ride it in places where jet skis simply aren't allowed. Want to see it in action? Imagine a yacht powered by the sun that can drive itself right onto the beach. Meet the Pagurus. Picture this: a massive 82-foot yacht that runs on sunlight and glides through water like it owns it. That's the Pagurus, and it's unlike anything else out there. Here's the cool part. Instead of one hull, it has 2 separate pods on either side, kind of like twin boats joined together. They're connected by a sturdy steel bridge on top, which doubles as a deck and keeps the whole structure strong and stable. Inside those twin pods, real living spaces. Each side can be set up with 2 or even 3 bedrooms, plus a kitchen and bathroom. That means this yacht can comfortably host up to 8 guests, with room for 4 crew members to keep things running smoothly. Now, how does it actually move? Twin diesel engines, each pumping out nearly 900 horsepower, power a pair of propellers underneath. Together, they push this solar-assisted giant to a top speed of around 24 knots. So you get the best of both worlds: eco-friendly solar power for everyday cruising, and serious horsepower when you need to move fast. That's the Pagurus, solar smart, structurally brilliant, and built for adventure on the water. Imagine a ferry with zero exhaust, zero noise, and zero excuses. Meet the Volta Auto Express, Austal's new fully electric ferry, built to change the way we move on water. No diesel, no fumes, no engine roar, just clean, quiet power carrying passengers exactly where they need to go. This ferry runs on zero emissions. That means no pollution pumped into our oceans and skies, and a much smaller footprint on the environment. But it's not just about being green. It's about being smart. The Volta is built for short and medium trips, powered by advanced battery technology designed to keep performance high and running costs low. Step inside, and you'll notice the difference immediately. It's smooth, it's quiet, it feels modern, almost futuristic, but it's real and it's on the water today. Every detail, from the batteries to the design, was created with comfort and efficiency in mind. This is more than a boat. It's Austal's statement that maritime travel can be sustainable, silent, and still powerful. The Volta series proves the future of ferries is already here. Curious how electric ferries could change your daily commute? Stick around, because this is only the beginning. The tide is turning, and it's electric. Imagine a giant floating ball that flies. Meet the vehicle that shouldn't exist, but does. Picture this: a vehicle shaped like a giant sphere that can drive on land, glide across water, and even lift into the air. Sounds like science fiction, right? It's not. It's called the Stratosphera Aquatica, and it's built for one thing: total freedom of movement. Here's how it works. The design keeps its center of gravity low, so instead of tipping or wobbling, it stays balanced no matter what surface it's on. Inside, there's a smart self-balancing system doing all the hard work, so the ride stays smooth even when the ground, or water, isn't. It seats 2 people comfortably. On water, it uses a foil system paired with battery power to skim right across the surface, almost like it's floating on air. What if you could ride a bike on water? No boat, no jet ski, just you, floating above the waves like magic. Meet the Hydrofoiler SL3, basically a bicycle that's learned how to fly over water. It's made by Anata Foiler, a company all the way from New Zealand, and it's turning heads for good reason. Here's the cool part: it's beginner friendly. You don't need to be some extreme athlete to hop on. Thanks to its foil design and sturdy one-piece frame, the bike actually floats upright when you're not pedaling. No tipping over the second you stop, which honestly, is a huge relief for first-timers. It's also built to travel. The parts click together without tools, so packing it up and taking it wherever you go is simple. Now, whether you want a chill cruise or a full-on workout, this bike's got you covered. There are 10 pedal assist levels to choose from, and the battery keeps you going for up to 4.5 hours. No noise, no fumes, just smooth, electric-powered gliding, and honestly, it might just replace your jet ski. Anata Foiler's second generation is here, and it's ready to change how we think about water sports. Curious to see it in action? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Because sometimes, the future doesn't drive, it floats. Imagine sleeping on the ocean, in a floating pearl worth more than your house. Here's something wild. The pearl suites actually float on water, shaped and styled like a glowing pearl. That's the whole idea here. Pure elegance meets pure luxury. Step inside and you're wrapped in calm. It's peaceful, it's private, and it blends right into nature like it was always meant to be there. The design? Sleek and modern, with huge windows so you're staring straight out at endless ocean views. Every detail feels premium: spacious rooms, top-tier amenities, the kind of comfort you'd expect from a 5-star resort. But here's the twist: the Pearl Suites are eco-friendly too. Imagine pedaling a boat and flying above the water. No motor, no fuel, just you. Meet the Jetcycle Max, and no, it's not a boat, a bike, or a jet ski. It's all three, smashed into one wild ride. Here's the deal. You sit in a single seat and pedal, just like a bike. That pedaling spins a propeller underwater. But instead of just pushing you forward, that propeller powers a hydrofoil, a wing-like blade that lifts the entire boat up, out of the water. Once you're up on that foil, drag disappears. You're basically gliding on air. And with your legs doing all the work, you can hit speeds up to 12 kilometers per hour. That's about 7.5 miles per hour. No gas, no noise, just pure human power. The best part? It's light, easy to steer, and shockingly stable, even when the water gets choppy. Whether you're a total beginner or a seasoned rider, this thing was built for you. Right now, the Jetcycle Max retails for around €12,000, roughly $11, 675 United States dollars. Would you pedal your way above the waves? Let us know below. This isn't the future of boating. It's already here. A luxury yacht that flies above the water, powered by hydrogen. Meet the Plectrum. Picture a superyacht that doesn't just sail, it flies. That's the Plectrum, a bold new concept from designer Pier Paolo Latzarini. This isn't your typical yacht. Instead of pushing through waves like every other boat, the Plectrum lifts itself completely above the water. It uses a foiling system inspired by America's Cup racing sailboats, the same tech elite sailors use to go insanely fast. Once the Plectrum rises up on its foils, it takes off, reaching speeds up to 75 knots. For a boat that's 74 meters long, that's mind-blowing. So what's powering all this speed? 3 hydrogen fuel cell motors, working together to produce a massive 15,000 horsepower. No diesel, no heavy emissions, just clean, powerful performance. And here's the clever part. The foils themselves adjust. When the Plectrum is docked, they shrink down to just 15 meters. But once you're cruising at full speed, they stretch out to 20 meters, plus a bit extra for stability. The Plectrum isn't just a yacht. It's a glimpse into where luxury travel is headed. Curious what else is coming? Hit subscribe and stay ahead of the curve. The future of yachting doesn't touch the water, it flies above it. Imagine strapping on a device that turns you into a human torpedo underwater. That's exactly what this thing does. Ever wanted to feel like you're flying underwater? The Sawak Turbo Sea Scooter makes that happen. It's got two powerful motors that push you through the water smoothly, wrapped in a sleek design built for speed. Here's the cool part. A 600-watt motor gets you moving at almost 6 kilometers per hour. That's fast enough to make snorkeling or diving feel like an adventure, not just a swim. It's tough too. The body is made from durable, rust-proof plastic, and it's sealed to handle depths of up to 30 meters. So whether you're a beginner or a pro, this thing can keep up. The battery lasts 45 minutes on a single charge, and it juices back up in just 3 hours. Plus, the handle is comfortable, there's a safety lock, and the trigger is super easy to use. Imagine a boat that flies over water, powered by nothing but electricity. Meet the Race Bird, the world's first high-performance, all-electric foiling raceboat. Built by Seabird Technologies for the E1 World Championship, this thing isn't just fast, it's built to win, going wheel-to-wheel with other boats in intense head-to-head races. Under the hood is a powerful 150 kilowatts battery that pushes the Race Bird past 50 knots. That's faster than most boats you'll ever see on the water. And here's the cool part. It doesn't just cut through the water, it rises above it. Real water tests have shown the Race Bird lifting up onto its foils and gliding smoothly at top speed, like it's skimming on air. But this isn't just about speed. The Race Bird is a symbol of where marine technology is headed: clean, electric, and in sync with the ocean instead of harming it. Ready to see the future of racing? Buckle up, it's electric. What if a sailboat could hit 20 knots and still fit in your car trunk? Meet the Weta trimaran, a little Kiwi invention that's turning heads all over the world. Picture this: a 14-foot sailboat with 3 hulls instead of 1. Those extra hulls, called amas, make it super stable, so even beginners can hop on without feeling like they're about to tip over. Here's the cool part. You can sail it alone, or bring 2 friends along for the ride. It's built from fiberglass and carbon fiber, so it's tough, but crazy lightweight. And that lightness? It's what lets this little boat fly across the water at speeds up to 20 knots. That's fast. Setting it up doesn't take a rocket scientist either. Just 20 minutes and you're ready to sail. Pack it up on its custom beach trolley, and it rolls up small enough to fit where a laser dinghy would. No wonder sailors everywhere are obsessed. It's fun, it's easy, and it's now racing in fleets across the globe, backed by sailing federations worldwide. Curious what it feels like to sail one? Drop a comment below. One boat, endless adventure. That's the Weta. What if boating felt like flying? No engine roar, no wake, just pure, silent glide above the water. Meet the WaveFlyer Valari, and trust me, it doesn't feel like a boat at all. It feels like flying. Here's the magic. Hidden wings, called hydrofoils, slide out and lift the whole craft above the water. So instead of bouncing through waves, you glide right over them. Silky smooth, whisper quiet, almost like floating on air. It seats 2, and you steer it with a simple joystick, no complicated controls. There's also a clean 7-inch screen right in front of you, showing everything you need at a glance. Imagine a yacht that actually flies above the water. Not a metaphor, it's real, and it's called the Anata Foiler. Meet the Anata Foiler 2020. A flying yacht that's part luxury cruiser, part science experiment gone gorgeous. This isn't your average boat. It rises up on foils and glides above the waves instead of cutting through them, like it's floating on air. Inside, it's all about you. Every trim, every finish, every little detail can be customized to match your style. No 2 foilers have to feel the same. Under the hood, this thing is smart. The 2020 model packs 54 brand new sensors spread across its 10-meter frame, constantly working to keep your ride smoother and safer. Imagine a yacht so wild, it has a hot tub with a glass bottom, floating above the ocean. Meet the Royal Alpha 1, and trust me, this is not your average yacht. Picture sleek carbon fiber and glass, wrapped in a bold green, black, and silver look. It's already turning heads before you even step aboard. Now climb up to the rooftop, and there it is. A hot tub with a glass bottom. You're soaking in warm water while staring straight down at the open sea. Surreal, right? Step inside, and it feels like a private jet, clean lines, soft leather seats, and light wood finishes everywhere. There's room for 3 private suites, an elegant dining area, and a huge open deck to relax on. Under the hood, twin engines that push it to 40 knots. And if you care about the planet, there's even a hydrogen-powered option with 0 emissions. Would you buy a submarine to go with your yacht? Turns out, you can. And it's cheaper than you'd think. Ever dreamed of driving your own submarine? Meet the Jet Shark Q. Think of it as the sports car of the sea, but built for going underwater. It's way bigger than the older models, with air conditioning and room for 4 people to ride in comfort. 2 giant doors swing open like a butterfly's wings, so you get jaw-dropping views while cruising on the surface. A powerful V8 engine gives you a thrilling ride, and it can dive almost 5 feet down, hitting speeds up to 55 miles per hour. Price tag? Around $250,000 to $300,000. But if that feels like a stretch, there's another option. The U-Boat Works Nemo. It's the world's only mass-produced personal submarine, and it's built for real people, not just billionaires. It's small, light, and stores easier than 2 jet skis. You don't even need a yacht, just a beach and a trailer. Prices start around €545,000 for 1 seat, or €590,000 for 2. Owning a submarine? No longer science fiction. Imagine pedaling a submarine like a bike, underwater. This isn't sci-fi, it's real, and it costs more than most houses. Meet the Scuber, a tiny human-powered submarine built for pure underwater thrill. It's the brainchild of French engineer Stéphane Roussin, and honestly, it feels like something out of a movie. Here's the twist. There's no loud engine, no fuel, no noise. You power it yourself. Just like riding a bike, except you're gliding through the ocean instead of down the street. Its sleek, streamlined shape lets it dive, twist, and pull off underwater acrobatics with ease. Imagine a boat that flies over storms, seats 7, and hits speeds that'll blow your hair back. Meet the Helicat. So there's this wild machine called the Helicat, and yeah, the name comes from its crazy look. But it's not just about turning heads. The people who built it actually wanted to solve a real problem, handling rough water without falling apart. This thing is a catamaran, meaning it's got 2 hulls, which makes it fast and super stable even when the waves get nasty. It can fit 7 people, including the driver, though it's really built for a cozy crew of 3. And here's a neat trick. It's got flexible vinyl curtains you can raise or lower, so no matter how stormy it gets outside, you stay dry inside. Under the hood, you've got options. A 60 horsepower engine gets you up to 31 miles per hour. Imagine a wind turbine that doesn't just make power, it saves it for later. Meet Ocean Hydro Omni. Out in the open ocean, there's a machine quietly solving one of wind energy's biggest headaches. It's called Ocean Hydro Omni, and it's not your typical turbine. Instead of the usual blades, it uses a spinning vertical rotor, kind of like a tall column twisting in the wind. Some versions even swap that out for a giant kite flying high above the sea, soaking up stronger winds way up there. Here's the clever part. Most wind systems send power straight to the grid the moment it's made. But wind doesn't always blow when we need electricity most. So this system stores the extra energy underwater, using pressure and gravity, almost like a giant underwater battery. When demand rises, it releases that stored power right when it's needed. The kite version alone is massive, over 4,000 square feet, flying up to a quarter mile above the ocean. It can store enough energy for tens of thousands of homes, recharging in just a few minutes. It's not just clean energy. It's clean energy on demand. Curious how this could change offshore power forever? Stick around, because the ocean's not done surprising us yet. A $735,000 speed machine that hits insane speeds on open water, and still has room to pamper 7 people while it does it. Meet the ZRX-47, a 14.33-meter beast built from carbon fiber. It's light enough to fly across the water, but tough enough to handle anything the ocean throws at it. Under the hood, twin Mercury racing turbo engines deliver insane speed, while a clever 4-step hull design keeps things steady, even when you're cutting hard through waves. But this isn't just a speed machine. It's built to spoil you. Step inside and you'll find a plush, walk-in cabin, perfect for long days out on the water with up to 7 people along for the ride. With an 833-liter fuel tank, you get around 200 miles of range, so you can chase the horizon without worrying about turning back. Whether you're carving tight turns or blasting across open water, that advanced hull keeps everything smooth and controlled, no matter how fast you're going. Imagine strapping a jetpack to your feet and shooting 30 feet into the sky, powered by nothing but water. That's not sci-fi, that's flyboarding. So here's a wild toy for water lovers: the flyboard. Picture a board with 2 boots on it, connected by a long hose to a jet ski. That jet ski is the engine room. It pumps water through the hose at insane pressure, and that pressure is what launches you into the air. Here's the cool part. You're in control. Shift your body weight, and you steer. There are even handlebars on the board that let you aim the water jets exactly where you want them. Lean forward, lean back, twist a little, suddenly you're flying. And when we say flying, we mean it. Riders can soar up to 30 feet in the air, then dive back down 15 feet underwater like a dolphin. It's part jetpack, part superhero stunt, part water sport. Flyboarding is still pretty new, but it's blowing up because it's thrilling and surprisingly easy to pick up. Imagine a yacht so smooth, it feels like flying over water at 30 knots. This is the Galaxy of Happiness. Meet the Galaxy of Happiness, a sleek, modern superyacht built in 2016 by Latitude Yachts in Latvia, stretching over 53 meters long. This isn't your average boat. The Galaxy of Happiness is a custom-built masterpiece, designed to be one of the most fuel-efficient yachts on the market today. She can host up to 6 lucky guests across 3 beautiful staterooms, with a dedicated crew of 6 taking care of every detail. Under the hood, 2 powerful MTU diesel engines push the Galaxy of Happiness up to 30 knots, with enough range to cruise 2,300 nautical miles without stopping. Step onto her main deck and you'll find a spacious lounge, a dining area made for entertaining, and outdoor seating to soak in the views. Head upstairs to the sun deck, and you've got a jacuzzi, comfy loungers, and a bar. Basically your own floating resort. There's even a garage big enough for a jet ski and tender. Right now, the Galaxy of Happiness can be yours for just under $32 million. Curious what life aboard could look like? Stick around. Luxury isn't just a lifestyle. It's a galaxy away. Imagine a boat that can land anywhere. Sand, rocks, mud, doesn't matter. Meet the ultimate outdoor machine. Picture this. You're heading out for a weekend of fishing, hunting, or camping, and the last thing you want to worry about is whether your boat can actually reach the shore. That's where hard-drive marine landing craft come in. These boats don't care what kind of ground you're dealing with. Sand, gravel, rocks, thick mud, they handle it all. Need to haul heavy equipment, vehicles, or a group of people? No problem. These boats are built for serious loads, and they make it look easy. Here's the clever part. Their exclusive Max Gate landing system lets you dock and launch completely dry. No more getting stuck, no more soggy boots, no more stress. And if you want extra comfort, check out the Jax Cab, a mobile cabin you can customize exactly the way you like it. Fast, tough, and endlessly adaptable, these boats are basically the Swiss Army knife of the water. Whatever adventure you're planning, they're ready for it. Want a boat that goes where others can't? This might be the one. What if one machine could handle mud, mountains, and your morning coffee run, all in comfort? Meet the TF4, built for people who don't stick to paved roads. This thing eats up rough terrain like it's nothing. Steep hills, muddy trails, rocky paths, the TF4 just powers through. Under the hood, you've got a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine pumping out 150 horsepower and 320 lb-ft of torque. That's serious muscle. It means you can climb tough terrain and still haul heavy loads without breaking a sweat. But here's the thing. It's not just tough, it's comfortable too. Step inside and you'll find room for 4, with heating, air conditioning, and a solid stereo system. So whether you're exploring backcountry trails or just running errands, you're riding in comfort. And the cargo bed? It's huge. Toss in camping gear, work supplies, or even a small boat, the TF4 carries it all with ease. It's the kind of vehicle that doesn't ask you to choose between rugged and comfortable. You get both. Curious if the TF4 fits your lifestyle? Check the specs and find out. This isn't just a vehicle. It's your next adventure, waiting to happen. What if your next ride could go from downtown traffic to backcountry trails, silently? Meet the Earthling Stealth E-40, an electric vehicle built for pretty much anywhere you want to take it. It's sleek, it's low to the ground, and it's made for two totally different worlds: busy city streets and rough off-road trails. Under the hood, you've got a powerful electric motor that delivers serious torque, but here's the cool part: it runs almost silently. No roaring engine, no exhaust noise, just smooth, quiet power whenever you hit the gas. Inside, there's plenty of room for passengers and gear, so whether you're heading out for a weekend adventure or hauling equipment for work, you're covered. It's also packed with smart tech that keeps you connected and makes every drive feel effortless. City commute in the morning? Easy. Muddy trail in the afternoon? No problem. The Stealth E40 handles both without breaking a sweat. What if your boat could actually fly? Meet the Navier N30, an electric boat that doesn't just cruise the water, it lifts right above it. Thanks to hydrofoils built into the hull, this thing rises up and glides at 16 knots, skimming the surface instead of crashing through the waves. And it can go the distance too, up to 75 nautical miles on a single charge. But here's what makes it really special. The N30 isn't just about speed. It comes packed with a smart autopilot system that helps you steer, and future updates could take it all the way to full self-driving. Imagine just sitting back while your boat handles the ride. Whether you're hugging the coastline or heading out into open water, the N30 blends speed, efficiency, and pure luxury into one sleek package. It's not just a boat, it's a glimpse of where marine travel is headed. Curious what flying over water actually feels like? Buckle up, because boating will never look the same again. Imagine a boat so tough you could run it over with a truck, and then just deflate it and toss it in your closet. Meet the GoBoat 2.0.0 KAY, so this thing is wild. The GoBoat 2.0 is a personal watercraft that's small enough to carry with one hand but built tough enough to survive almost anything you throw at it. We're talking a nearly indestructible outer shell, thanks to a special armor-like material that's both lightweight and crazy durable. Here's why fishermen love it. It's covered in attachment points, so you can clip on rod holders, fish finders, whatever gear you need. And if hunting's more your thing, it comes in a deep camouflage pattern, perfect for sneaking up on ducks. Under the hood, it's got a 5-speed motor that pushes it up to 5 miles per hour. Not fast, but that's not the point. Its shallow draft and nimble handling mean you can sneak into tight spots, shallow creeks, and hidden coves that bigger boats can't even dream of reaching. And when the adventure's over, just deflate it, fold it up, and it fits in your trunk or your closet. No trailer, no storage headache, just grab it and go. What if your yacht could just fly away? Meet the concept that's breaking every rule of luxury travel. Picture this: a massive yacht, over 200 meters long, cruising the open ocean. Then suddenly, part of it lifts off into the sky. Sounds like sci-fi, right? It's actually a real design concept called Colossia, created by designer Paolo Latzarini. Here's the wild part. Sitting on top of this yacht is a detachable airship called NOG 2.0. When it's time to explore, that airship separates from the yacht and flies off on its own, completely independent, taking guests on an aerial adventure. Down below, the yacht itself is packed with everything you'd expect from ultimate luxury: private suites, pools, lounges, even a helicopter pad, all built for long journeys across the sea. But here's the best part. Once the airship takes off, it reveals a stunning open deck underneath, designed with classic architectural style. It's a jaw-dropping reveal. The airship itself runs on electric power and lightweight materials, built for the future. Colossia isn't real yet, but it's a bold glimpse into where travel might be headed next. Imagine a house that inflates in under 4 minutes, and works on land, snow, or even water. This isn't your average tent, and today on Thedookan, we're checking out one of the coolest shelters out there. You can set it up almost anywhere, grass, snow, even floating on water. Setting it up on land? Almost stupidly easy. Just pick your spot, unroll it, and let it do its thing. Kind of like pitching a normal shelter, only way less effort. Now, it's not exactly light. We're talking about 55 pounds, so this is a throw it in the car setup, not a carry it on your back one. But here's the fun part, how fast it inflates. Hook up a 600-watt electric pump, and in just 3 to 4 minutes, you've got a fully standing shelter. It uses a clever valve system with 2 intake points to speed things up even more. Instead of hiding the frame, they leave the air beams exposed on purpose. Sounds strange, but it's genius. Wipe them down, check for wear, swap apart, no digging through fabric layers. Honestly, it feels less like a tent and more like a mini inflatable house. 2 stories, 3 rooms, 1 for hanging out, 1 for sleeping. If gear like this excites you, stick around on Thedookan. This isn't camping anymore, this is upgrading how you live outdoors. Imagine towing your house down the highway, then driving it straight into a lake. There's a company in Turkey that just broke the rules of what a camper can be. It's called CL Vans, and their whole motto is, break the limits. And honestly, they live up to it. Picture this. You're towing a sleek camper down the highway, just like any road trip. But when you hit the water, that same camper turns into a full-blown boat. No swapping vehicles, no separate trailer for a boat. Just one machine that does both. Inside, it feels like a tiny luxury home. Big windows so you get the view. Curtains for privacy. Even mosquito nets so you can leave things open in the woods or by the bay without bugs crashing the party. They've also thought about the planet. You can choose a classic gas-powered engine, or go with a clean electric motor instead. There are 2 sizes. The smaller one is light, easy to tow behind a regular car, and you don't even need a boating license to drive it. The bigger one is built for families, hits up to 13 knots, and yes, that one does require a proper maritime certificate. It's part camper, part boat, and honestly, all adventure. Imagine a machine floating in the middle of the ocean, powering itself forever, using nothing but waves. Meet the power buoy, a floating device that turns ocean waves into clean electricity. It's made by a company called Ocean Power Technologies, and honestly, the idea is pretty simple. Waves move, the buoy moves with them, and that motion powers a generator inside. No fuel, no pipeline, just the ocean doing what it's always done. But here's the cool part, it's not just wave power. The power buoy can also soak up wind and sun, and store extra energy in batteries. So even on a calm, quiet day, it keeps working. Day or night, storm or stillness, it just keeps the lights on. It's tough too. Built to survive rough seas, it's already out there working in the Atlantic, Pacific, Mediterranean, and North Sea. This tiny submarine costs less than a luxury car, and anyone can own one. Meet the Nemo, a personal submarine that lets you explore the ocean up close, like never before. What makes it special? It's the only submarine ever built for mass production. That means private ownership is finally within reach for real people, not just billionaires. You've got 2 options, the solo Nemo 1 or the 2-seat Nemo 2. Both dive down to 100 meters. And despite how impressive that sounds, these things are surprisingly compact, lighter than a small car at just 2,500 kilograms, and standing only 1.55 meters tall. 2 jet skis take up more space. No yacht? No problem. Beach launchers and towable trailers mean you can deploy the Nemo almost anywhere. Imagine a submarine with no crew, no captain, and no one steering it. Yet it can outsmart entire navies underwater. Meet the Lamprey, Lockheed Martin's newest underwater machine, and it's unlike anything we've seen before. This isn't your typical submarine. It's a fully autonomous vehicle, which means no human is on board or controlling it in real time. It can dive into deep, risky waters and carry out missions completely on its own. Here's the cool part. Inside, it's built like a toolbox. Engineers can swap out its internal gear depending on the job, whether that's sensors, surveillance equipment, or specialized tools. One vehicle, endless possibilities. It's also built to stay hidden. It moves quietly, blends into the ocean, and can stay out there gathering information for long stretches of time. Sometimes it acts like a scout. Other times, it's a decoy. Other times, it becomes a serious strategic tool for protecting sea routes. If this is what's arriving in 2026, autonomous ocean tech is about to change everything we know about naval power. This electric surfboard can hit 45 kilometers per hour, and it was built for people who've never surfed a day in their life. Meet the Onin Carver X, and it's not your average surfboard. This thing runs on a twin jet wing battery system, which basically means it's engineered to keep you stable, lifted, and in control, even when the water gets rough. And here's what makes it special: it's built for beginners and intermediate riders. You don't need to be a pro to feel the rush. The Carver X does the heavy lifting for you. It handles riders over 80 kilograms with ease, accelerates smoothly, and powers through choppy waves without breaking a sweat. Some people are even calling it one of the best options out there for big wave riding. Under the hood, a 10 kilowatt motor pushing you up to 45 kilometers per hour. This plane doesn't care if you're landing on a runway or a lake. Meet the Dorne Sea Star CD2, a plane that's just as happy landing on water as it is on land. No swapping vehicles, no logistics headache. Just one aircraft that goes almost anywhere. Its body is built from advanced composite materials, and instead of one engine up front, it uses a unique push-pull twin-engine setup. That means better visibility, smoother handling, and more reliable performance in the air. Under the hood, two powerful turboprop engines, each pumping out 650 horsepower. That's enough to cruise at 180 knots, with a range of about 650 nautical miles. The landing gear retracts and adapts, so whether it's an airport, a river, or open coastline, this plane handles it all. Inside, there's room for 9 passengers. Think tourism, regional travel, emergency response, even humanitarian missions. One aircraft, endless environments. That's the future of flexible flight. If machines like this fascinate you, stick around. There's more where this came from. The sky and the sea just stopped being two different worlds. What if an entire city could just float? No land, no routes, just ocean, sunlight, and one giant pyramid. Meet the Latzarini Pyramid, a wild idea for a city that floats on water. It's inspired by ancient Mayan pyramids and Japanese temples, blending old-world design with futuristic thinking. The whole town is self-sufficient, meaning it can survive completely on its own, powered by the sea around it. At the heart of it sits one massive pyramid, resting on a floating platform the size of a small stadium. Inside, it's basically a 10-story building rising 30 meters above the water. And it's not just living space. Think hotel rooms, shops, spas, gyms, even movie theaters, all packed inside one structure. Power comes from solar panels and water turbines, so the whole place runs on clean energy. The goal? To build the world's first floating city, a place where luxury and sustainability actually work together. It sounds like science fiction, but designers are serious about making it real. Would you ever live on water like this? What if your tent could inflate itself? Bed and all. In under 2 minutes. Most tents feel like solving a puzzle in the dark. This one doesn't. Meet Air Nest. A single-wall, 3-season tent with a queen-size mattress built right in. One connected system for sleeping and shelter. Here's the cool part. An electric pump does the heavy lifting. It inflates the tent frame first, then fills the mattress through its own valve. No poles, no wrestling with fabric. Inside, an inflatable ribbed frame gives you real headroom, plus wide entry points and airflow that runs front to back, so it never feels stuffy. There's a zip-on vestibule for your packs and shoes, and pockets inside for your phone, a light, or a book. Oh, and that mattress? Pop it out and use it on its own, for stargazing, or floating in calm water. Space-wise, you're getting 42 square feet, roughly 74 by 74 inches, with 63 inches of height up front. The pump inflates up to 20 psi and shuts off automatically. Powered by a 15,600 mAh battery with a USB-C port and a built-in light. Floating on Amsterdam's quiet canals is the Dutch Cat Houseboat, A place like nothing else on Earth, built entirely for cats. Right now, around 50 of them call it home, curling up in cozy corners, getting fed, groomed, and loved every single day. It all started back in 1968. A woman named Henriette van Wielde had a soft spot for stray cats, and what began as a simple sailing barge slowly turned into the Dutch cat houseboat you see floating on the canal today. Every cat here is looked after properly, vaccinated, microchipped, and sterilized, so they're healthy and safe. It's a small act of kindness that's grown into something pretty remarkable. And here's the best part. You don't just have to hear about it. The Dutch cat houseboat is open to visitors. You can step aboard, meet the cats, soak in the calm of the water, and if one of them steals your heart, you might even walk away having adopted a new best friend. It's a perfect little symbol of how much Amsterdam loves its cats. So next time you're in the city, why not stop by and say hello? Because sometimes, the best souvenirs have 4 legs and a purr. There's a boat in Amsterdam where every single passenger is a cat. Imagine a 75-foot yacht that doesn't touch the water. It flies at 50+ miles an hour with 0 keel. Meet the AC-75, the boat that broke sailing. For centuries, racing yachts cut through the water. The AC-75 doesn't. It rises above it. This 75-foot monster hull first hit the water back in 2021, when it debuted at the America's Cup, sailing's biggest stage. And it's not going anywhere. It's set to headline both the 37th and 38th America's Cup races too. Here's what makes it insane. Normal sailboats have a heavy keel underneath, keeping them stable and grounded, literally. The AC-75 ditches that completely. Instead, it uses hydrofoils, think underwater wings, that lift the entire hull out of the water. The boat doesn't sail anymore. It flies, skimming across the surface at speeds that would have sounded like science fiction a decade ago. And it's not just the hull that's radical. Instead of a normal cloth sail, it uses a rigid, wing sail, similar to an airplane wing, giving the crew insane control, even in gusty, unpredictable wind. This flying yacht doesn't need runways, roads, or rules. It just floats into the sky. Meet the AirYacht V2, a wild concept from designer Latzarini that looks like nothing else on Earth. Instead of wings, it uses 2 giant helium balloons on either side of a center pod, kind of like a flying catamaran. That design lets it take off and land right on water, no runway needed. The balloons are covered in solar panels, feeding power to 8 electric motors, each pushing out nearly 1,000 horsepower. It's not built for speed, it's built for distance. This thing can stay airborne for up to 48 hours straight before it needs to touch down. And inside? Pure luxury. Up to 20 guests can relax across 10 cabins, with a private master suite tucked into the central pod for total privacy. It's part yacht, part aircraft, part flying mansion. Would you spend 2 days living in the sky? Ships burning thousands of gallons of fuel every single day, and Michelin just said, what if the wind did some of that work? Michelin, yes, the tire company, has built something incredible for the ocean. It's called Wesamo, and it's a giant inflatable wing sail that mounts right onto a ship. Here's the wild part. It's fully automated, no extra crew needed. It unfolds when conditions are right, and tucks itself away when you're pulling into port or passing under a bridge. It works on new ships and existing ones, from small patrol boats to massive cargo vessels. Michelin tested it on real ships, including the MN Pelican, and it's already getting safety approvals from major maritime authorities. Real contracts are being signed right now. The result? Up to 20% less CO2 per voyage. That's massive at sea. Wind power isn't just for sailboats anymore, it's coming for the entire shipping industry. If that excites you, smash subscribe. More future tech incoming. The future of shipping isn't faster engines. It's smarter sails. Imagine a vehicle that laughs at swamps, floats over rivers, and climbs mountains like it's nothing. Meet the beast that refuses to get stuck. This is the Sherp N1200, and honestly, it's built to handle almost anything the planet throws at it. Frozen tundras? No problem. Deep swamps? Easy. Under the hood is a 1.8-liter diesel engine pumping out 55 horsepower and serious torque, because this thing cares more about raw power than speed. It can climb obstacles a full meter high and tackle steep 35-degree slopes without breaking a sweat. Those giant, low-pressure tires aren't just for grip on mud, snow, and ice. They double as paddles, letting it swim across rivers and lakes. Imagine a machine that's not a boat, not a plane, but somehow beats them both. It's real, and it's about to change coastal travel forever. So here's something wild. A company called Regent Craft is building a whole new way to travel along coastlines. They call it a sea glider, and honestly, it feels like something out of a sci-fi movie. Here's how it works. It starts off just like a normal boat, cruising along the water. But then it lifts up onto these underwater wings called hydrofoils. And once it's got enough speed, it actually rises up and glides just above the surface of the water, riding a cushion of air. That's called the ground effect, and it's the same trick some aircraft use to save energy and go faster with less effort. The best part? It's fully electric, zero emissions, no noisy engines, no fuel guzzling. And because it skims just above the waves instead of flying way up in the sky, it could be way simpler to operate than a regular airplane. No big airports, no complicated air traffic control. Imagine a house that floats on the ocean, and never gives you a single neighbor to complain about. So this is the Seapod, and yeah, it actually got featured in Forbes. It's basically a floating house, but way cooler than that sounds. Picture 2 stories, over 830 square feet of space, with a bedroom, kitchen, living room, bathroom, all sitting on top of a tall pillar connected to a floating base underwater. Here's the wild part. You can place these up to 20,000 meters offshore. No neighbors, no noise, just ocean. Ocean builders started working on this back in 2019, tweaking the design to get bigger windows, more outdoor space, and a clean, simple look. No captain, no crew, just a robot ship crossing the ocean, and it's already out there working, right now. Picture a ship sailing across the ocean with nobody on board. No captain, no crew, nobody. Sounds like science fiction, right? It's not. It's called Armada, and it's built by a company named Ocean Infinity. These robotic ships handle real offshore jobs, inspections, research, even deep-sea missions, all without a single person on deck. Instead, they're controlled from land, using satellites, smart sensors, and artificial intelligence that helps them see and react in real time. Teams sit safely on shore, watching and guiding every move. That means the most dangerous ocean jobs no longer put human lives at risk. And these ships don't just sail, they launch underwater robots, collect acoustic and visual data, and can keep working around the clock without needing rest. Here's the kicker. They also burn way less fuel and produce far fewer emissions than regular support vessels. This isn't a concept or a prototype. Armada ships are already out on the water today, quietly proving that the future of ocean industries has already begun. Ever wished you could sneak into fishing spots big boats can't even touch? Meet your new secret weapon. If you love the idea of zipping into fishing spots that big boats just can't reach, you need to check this out. Meet the Fish Pro Scout. It's packed with a 130 horsepower engine, carries about 18.5 gallons of fuel, and gives you over 50 gallons of storage space, plus a built-in cooler for your catch. It seats 3, but it's still compact enough to handle solo or with a buddy. The build feels tough yet lightweight, and it rides smooth. You get handy extras too, like GPS, a fish finder, rod holders, and a slow cruise mode so you're not gripping the throttle all day while trolling. Want more muscle? The Fish Pro Trophy steps things up with 170 horsepower and a longer frame for extra space. Its cooler doubles as a live well to keep bait or fish alive. There's a swivel seat for easy casting, more room to move, and a touchscreen GPS with sonar to help you find the hotspots fast. Both models come loaded with trolling mode, smart storage, and even a self-cleaning intake system. What if the ocean could power your entire city, just from its waves crashing, over and over, forever? Meet the CorPower C4, a machine built to turn ocean waves into real electricity. It's not just a concept or a lab experiment. It's out in the open ocean right now, off the coast of Portugal, actually plugged into the power grid and sending electricity to homes. Here's the clever part. The C4 can sense incoming waves and automatically adjust itself to squeeze out the most energy from each one. kind of like a surfer reading the ocean and perfectly timing their next move. But when things get dangerous, like a storm producing waves as tall as a 6-story building, the device switches into a defensive mode. It relaxes itself, rides out the chaos, and survives instead of breaking. The team just finished its first major test phase, connecting it to the grid and running it remotely. This 165-foot Italian rocket ship hits 35 knots, and still feels like a 5-star hotel. Meet the Mangusta 165 Rev 4, a superyacht built for people who want speed and luxury in the same breath. This isn't just a boat, it's nearly 50 meters of pure Italian engineering, designed to turn heads the moment it hits the water. Inside, you'll find 6 stunning cabins, comfortable enough for 12 guests, plus dedicated space for a professional crew who keep everything running smoothly. Under the hood, 4 powerful MTU engines paired with water jet propulsion, pushing this beast to speeds around 35 knots, and it's more fuel efficient than earlier models too. Now picture this. Lounging on a spacious sundeck, sinking into a jacuzzi, grabbing a drink at the bar, sunlight pouring through wide open interiors. That's daily life on this yacht. Smart stabilization tech keeps the ride smooth, even at high speed, so guests can relax without a worry. It's the perfect mix of raw power and timeless Italian style. Fast, refined, unforgettable, the Mangusta 165 Rev 4 isn't just a yacht. It's a statement. Want to see more incredible yachts like this? Hit follow.